All right, and let's spend some time talking about a topic that's really important to a lot of families. Can you help walk me through why Social Security benefits are such an important piece of retirement planning?
Yeah, absolutely. When you think about how you are going to pay for retirement, where that monthly paycheck is going to come from, Social Security is not the only piece of that picture, but it is an important one, especially when people really start to plan for retirement. Sometimes people are surprised by how high the Social Security number is, but it's also really common for people to be surprised by how low that Social Security number is. And that being one of those big core components of the retirement income picture, it's important you get a grasp around what that number looks like and how the benefits work.
And how is that income benefits number calculated?
It's based on your highest 35 years of earnings history. They look back through your career, they pick out the highest 35 years, and then they index it for inflation.
Can I go and see what my Social Security income benefit would be, and if yes, where?
Yeah, the best time to do it is now, before you need it. You can go directly to the Social Security website, ssa.gov. If you haven't registered before, it is a little bit of a process. There's a PIN that comes to you in the mail before you get full access. So just know that when you go to the website for the first time, it's not instant access. So again, the best time to do it is now. And once you get on the website, you can check your earnings history, check your benefit amount, check the benefit for your survivors if something happens to you. And if you don't go through the website, you'll get a statement in the mail from the administration.
One of the most common questions families ask us is, when should I take my Social Security benefits?
Full retirement age for most people is age 67. You can claim it as early as the age of 62. If you take it early, though, you do receive a lower amount, and you are penalized in the sense that there are some restrictions with it. You can also choose to delay it to the age of 70. If you do delay it, you get an increase every month beyond the age of 67 that you wait. So, what makes sense for everybody is different based on everybody's situation. You really need to think about a number of factors when thinking about when to take it, not just what the Social Security benefit is, but how much do you need in retirement, and how old are you when you retire, and what other assets do you have, family history and life expectancy. So it is part of a bigger picture. Social Security doesn't exist as the only thing that we look at. And that's why it's important to sit down with an advisor, look at the big picture and tie everything together, and then figure out how Social Security can fit into that in the best way.
Makes a lot of sense. The other question that we get most commonly from families is will Social Security be there when it's time for me to take my benefits?
Yeah, we hear this concern a lot. Social Security, as it stands today, the trust fund is projected to be depleted in the mid-2030s. And we've seen this before. About 50 years ago, in the late 70s into the early 80s, the trust fund was, at that point, going to be depleted within the next few years. And that's when you saw the full retirement age creep up from 65 to 67. You also saw the payroll tax be increased a little bit as well. And there were some other tweaks around that, but those were the two biggest pieces, and that was enough to really kick the can down the road 50 years. It's likely we'll see something similar happen again. Some combination of increase to the taxes on Social Security and increase to the age at which you can claim it for future generations.
If folks still have additional questions, how can they get a hold of us?
Best place to go is right to our website, sideswealth.com. All of our contact information is on there, so somebody can reach out through the website, by email, by phone, and they can also find out more about us and our planning process.
That's great. Thanks, Aaron.
Yep, thank you.